Hello everyone, Thijs here, and this time with a really special video, but also with a special announcement. Or Blizzard just made a great announcement for us. The new Hearthstone expansion is coming out next month, and it will be about the Kobolds and Catacombs, just revealed at BlizzCon. So what will the new expansion be about? The new expansion will be about a lot of death rattles, what so far we saw. We don't know too much yet, but what it also will be is there will be new mechanics going into the game. There will be coming an adventure in the game, and there will also be a lot of legendary weapons. So for a lot of classes, that also means that it will be the first time they're gonna get weapons in the new set, with where every player also will get some legendaries for free. The card reveals that so far are announced are from BlizzCon, but are 14 cards, and the other cards will be revealed later this month. Expansion probably coming out early December, that's so far we know it. And I want to take a look at all the cards that are already revealed so far. And I want to discuss with you about that part. And here we go, guys. So one of the cards that we already had a little bit information before, because you could already get the Marin the Fox before, or we already saw that Marin the Fox will be one of the legendaries. And there will be a really cool thing. It's already available. It will be available on Monday already for everybody. And everybody will gain it. So it's a free legendary that everybody will get for free. So that's of course great. The card itself. 8 mana 6/6. Not so happy with 8 mana 6/6. Battle Cry, summon a 0/8 treasure chest for your opponent. Break it for awesome loot. So, of course, we gotta take a look at the treasure chest. It is the volcano store of the expansion, so I am sure that it will get a lot of attention, and I'm definitely gonna try it out because, hey, we already have a card that is coming out a little earlier, so let's test it out. But let's take a look at the treasures. So the treasures are all a little bit different. The treasures being the golden kobold, battle cry, replace your hand with legendary minions. Alright. Then draw a card, fill your hand with copies of it, draw 3 cards, reduce the cost, and discover a legendary, summon 2 copies of it. So some really strong effects. So really cool, and excited to also test it out, guys. So, and one of the biggest news out of the expansion is weapons. Every class will get themselves a legendary weapon with a really legendary effect. And here we have the first view on the legendary weapon for the mage. The mage weapon, 6 mana 0/3 at the end of the turn, draw 3 cards. Well, it already says it, like, for 6 mana, hey, of course it's kinda expensive, but the longer this weapon goes on, the more end of the turn effects will go off, and the more cards we will draw. So, really strong effect. And this is the priest weapon. 3 mana priest weapon. After you cast 3 spells in a turn, summon a 5/5 dragon. Regarding the weapons, there will be, for the mage, for the warlock, and for the priest, all the weapons will have 0 attack. It will be the first time they will also have reached to weapons. Warlock had already a little bit, maybe, with where you could play with your Rexus. I think it's gonna be a card that will definitely, it's hard to say because it's gonna be in a slower meta. This card is gonna be really strong. In a faster meta, this card is not gonna be so strong. Recruit a minion. So one of the new mechanics in the game is recruit. Recruit being a summon effect of summon a minion from your deck. It is kind of comparable to the Shadow Essence, I feel, what was there already for the priest, where you just summon a body from a minion from your deck. But besides that, where Shadow Vision or where the Essence does a copy of it, this just summons a minion from your deck. So it's just basically, for 6 mana, I summon a minion. And that's really strong. That's really strong, guys. Don't underestimate a card like this. We just get another, it's just like you can kind of see it as a Yishar, without the Yishar. For 6 mana, you just summon a minion. But hey, you can also just play a card like this, and you don't have to play like too expensive, or you just summon the Yishar for 6 mana. It's kind of like a way of a Barnes effect, but getting the whole stats of the card. So it doesn't work great maybe with Battle Cries, but it can work great with Death Rattles. It looks like this deck is really having a lot of these effects of like getting like these Barnes effects going on the board, and for 6 mana we can maybe make an easy warrior deck viable. So one of the new mechanics in that we are getting from the Kobolds is an upgrade mechanic, and this is a 1 mana druid spell where for the first time it will deal 2 damage to a minion, gain 3 armor through upgrade, and it will stack over time. So once, as a second part, it will deal 4 damage to a minion, and as a final part it will deal 6 damage to a minion. It's really hard to review cards like this yet, because we don't really know what are other stack mechanics, how they are getting into the game, and what their real value will be. In general, removal spells in Druid are really strong. Currently, Druid is already a really powerful class with just their core set. The only problem I still see is like how far, because of the first part where it might not be so good for 1 mana, deal damage to a minion, it's still okay. It's just comparable to like an Holy Smite, it's comparable to other cards that all just deal 2 damage. And we'll see how far it can go. And now we come to a really interesting effect, and that is the bonus effect. The bonus effect of the elixir. So there will be more of cards like this that are gonna give buffs to minions, or gonna have a special effect of dealing damage to minions, and then gain a bonus effect. And the bonus effect you will only know once you have drawn the card. It's already, you will already see it. So it's not a bonus effect that you will not know this once you play the card. No, you will see what it will be once it is drawn. But it's gonna be something you will not know before you queue up your game. It's gonna be a little hard dependent, because the bonus effects, if I can show them here, are also a little bit dependent. So as just to give you an example, it will be a 3 mana card with plus lifesteal, plus divine shield, summon a 1/1 copy, or with a death rattle. Hard to say yet for me really to how good it's gonna be. Like 3 mana +2/+2, I think we are overpaying the card here for at least 1 mana. There are a lot of 2 mana cards that already give that bonus or give +2/+2. So I feel we are paying around 1 mana for the bonus effect. And I think there will be more cards coming into the set that might synergize well, because I expect more death rattles coming out of Kobolds and Catacombs. Alright guys, so here we have a really sick card. Rin, the first disciple. The legendary card here for the Warlock, and what a legendary card. 6 mana, 3/6, taunt, so that doesn't say too much yet. Add the first seal to your hand. And what does that mean? What does it mean, guys, the first seal? That's a 5 mana, summon a 2/2 demon. Add the second seal to your hand. 5 mana, 3/3 demon. Add a third seal to your hand. 5 mana, 4/4. Add the fourth seal to your hand. 5 mana, 5/5. Summon a 5/5, add the final seal to your hand. And the final seal, summon a 6/6 demon, add Azari to your hand. And what does the Azari do? 10 mana, 10/10 battle cry, destroy your opponent's deck. So, alright. Alright. 31 mana later, or 30 mana later or something, here we go. Destroy your opponent's deck. So, wow. But damn, what a card, man. Destroy your opponent's deck. What is greater than destroying your opponent's deck? Hey, I don't have to pay anymore you don't have to, like, be scared anymore of all the priests and the druids that are just drawing immediately or getting all their effects going. But the deck is it's such a late game card. It has maybe it has some decent demon value that it can like make up for it, but you have to pay a lot for this card. Yeah, I mean, it's a super cool card. It's a super cool card, of course. More news about Hearthstone and what was also revealed at BlizzCon for the Kobolds and Catacombs is that there will be a new dungeon run feature for Hearthstone. We will get our first single player challenge where we are gonna play against a lot of bosses, where we're gonna make our own deck and where we're gonna get additional cards every time we defeat another bosses to make our deck stronger and gain ourselves a new challenge. And what the great thing about this is it's also free to play. It is free to play. Everybody can just do the dungeon mode and can join it. The dungeon mode is for the single player, so you're gonna do it around. It's like an adventure, and it will have a lot of bosses. If I'm correct, it has like 40 or 48 bosses. And if you win a dungeon run with each of the 9 classes, you also can unlock yourself a card pack. But besides that, of course, it's being really cool that we are now having a whole new dungeon run. I actually think it can be really good for Hearthstone as a game. To have like a really story mode and dungeon mode where people can just go themselves and discover a little bit about the game. And I think that can be a really nice hit for a lot of people that, enjoying that kind of game mode also. We already got some informations and we already got some passive effects of cards that will be added to the game to defeat the bosses. But we will see how good it will be. Treasure effects are getting in the game there. So it's gonna be really cool. And I hope, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I think it's a great thing that that is also really enjoyable to watch. Doing the dungeon mode, you can even do kind of things dungeon mode. Even it being a single thing, you can do dungeon modes together. Cool. So yeah, that was the first part of the review, and I'm looking forward to more.